Hello Yu-Gi tubers, this is Dark Lotus Modius, and I'm coming to you with a deck profile. I'm going to call this deck Ninjas Transforming into Dinosaurs Going into the Underworld. So first off, I have Drac Aolo. So it's a level 1 tuner with 200 attack, 200 defense. And it basically summons level 4 lower direct monster from the graveyard. Usually they're going to end up being in the graveyard anyway. Probably explain that later, but okay, let's go into rekindling. That brings me to rekindling. So Drac Aolo is the only rekindling, the only monster I can summon with rekindling. But the reason why I run one rekindling is just so it doesn't clog up the hand, and I have that revival. Like, it's basically a monster reborn, basically like a multi-monster reborn. So if I have two of these in my graveyard, or just one, it just lets me go into Guaba, Velo, or Dino. But with rekindling, if I have two or more, what I can do is I can Exceed Summon for Dolka, Lagia, Dijin, Photon Palperoptive. I can make Dirac Giganoto, or I can make a Black Rose Dragon, or I can make a Cataster by using Elio and level 1 and level 4. Because what happens is I have these two out in the field, tribute 1, get this plus this equals Cataster. Or if I have 3 of these in my grave, I can make a level 9, go into Mistworm. Okay, next card is going to be Dirac Dino. So I only have 2 of these because I don't want this to clog up my hand. If it does get in my hand, I'm just gonna summon it, destroy opponent's monster by battling, and then tribute it so I can get 2 cards. And Guaba is one of the all-stars in the deck. I'm gonna have 3 of these just so you can get your thin out your deck, summon any of the other Diracs. This would be I can summon Elio for if all of my other Diracs are in the grave. Can summon Dino for level 7 Synchro, so I can go into Black Rose or Beatstick Giganoto. Or I can go to Velo for Lagia or Dolka, or any other rank 4 Xyz monster that I want. And Velo is for Velo is just a floater that turns into any other Dirac monsters that I have. Okay, and now I have another all-star, Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. Basically, this guy is just you normal summon it, you get +1. Then you set this card, and then this card gets you another +1. Since then you take your Hanzo, and then you take their monster, so it's +1 right there, and then you replace your Hanzo with another dinosaur that could possibly run over another monster or stay a floater if you're doing Velo, or just get this if all 3 are in your grave, so you have a toolbox. Basically, you can go this, and then you can go Dino, Guaba, or Velo, depending on whether or not they are in your graveyard. So Hanzo is essentially, it's going to end up being a +2 every time you normal summon him. But then again, you have the super broken Super Trans clogging up your hand sometimes, which is the downside. But once you draw into Hanzo, it just makes it all good, because you end up with 2 Super Trends and 1 Hanzo on the field. So if they have like a set MST or something that's going to stop you, then you still have that 1 backup Super Trends. Usually you're never going to end up using a 3rd Hanzo, 3rd Super Trends in a duel, because you already locked them down with the Lagia and Dolka. Then you have the Tour Guides and the Tour Buses. Tour Guide engine just summons rank 3s very, very easily. There's a very high chance of Tour Guide getting Veilered, though. I'm going to explain what to do with the Veilered Tour Guide later. But basically, you go into Tour Guide, and then Tour Bus, and then you Xyz, and then when Tour Bus goes to the grave, you return the first Tour Guide. Okay, so you have Dark Hole Staple, Forbidden Lance. Essentially, it just basically makes your Diracs run over everything. Anything that's 2400 or lower, it runs over that with Forbidden Lance. Fossil Dig increases consistency. I was considering running two or three versus 2 or 1 power duality. So, but then I decided that power duality is better just because I'm running Hanzo, and you have direct Guaba, which you can lance in the second turn to special summon in the next turn, so you don't have to deal with the power duality stopping you. And then the Fossil Dig just searches has 11 choices you can get. So it greatly increases consistency. You have Heavy Storm, Staple, Mind Control, not really a staple for all decks. What Mind Control can do, it's essential in this deck just because you have the tuners that make your synchro monsters, and then you have the Xyz, which you can go 3 or 4. So it's gonna be really easy to use your opponent's monster unless it's a level 2, which, like, if you Mind Control a Raikou, Morphing Jar, I can't recall anything off the top of my head that would also screw with you. Like, really, like, those 2 are the ones that they'd set. If they usually, like, let's say 1700 is pretty high for Beat Stick, so they might end up setting their monster, and then you can just Mind Control that. Monster Reborn staple, Pot of Avarice for returning the tour guides just in case they get Veilered, and all your other direct monsters so you can draw into them. Then your power duality increases consistency. You're not going to special. Yeah, I already explained it. You're not going to special summon the first turn or the turn you use this all the time. Rekindling goes with. I already explained this. Rekindling goes with Aolo to make any of your synchros. Synchros are Xyz monster. Call the Haunted. You can turn Velo into a floater if if they destroy it by a card effect, or it can go Guaba and then you can go Lance it, or Lance the monster that's attacking Guaba. Magic Cylinder. This would be considered a tech. It's the scariest card. I consider it one of the scariest cards in the game, just because people are running the Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment lineup, and they're gonna want to stop your synchros because you have Black Rose, you have Dolka, you have Laga. They're gonna want to stop that with Solemns. So that's why you have the Magic Cylinder, just to deal that crucial life point damage. Mirror Force staple. Super Trans already explained. Super Broken with Hanzo. Solemn Judgment for the negation that you possibly may need at the end of the game. And then Starlit Road, because people are going to be running 2 Mirror Force next format. You're going to have 2 Torrential. You're going to have Heavy Storm. You're going to have Dark Hole. That's 6 possible cards in the deck that will have Starlight Road work. Okay, so onto the extra deck. So Catastor, just staple, level 5, synchro. Black Rose Dragon, I have 2 of these just because it's really easy to summon with this deck just in case you need to nuke the field. And Giganoto is the beat stick of the deck. It's gonna end up usually being the highest attack monster in the deck. Usually when I summon it out, it's gonna be above 3,000, so you can run over Chaos Dragons with it. Mistworm, just because Mistworm return 3 cards. Stardust Dragon for the Starlit Road. You cannot summon it with this. Oh, wait, can you? Okay, the only way you can summon this Stardust Dragon with this deck is either you Mind Control their monster, and they have like level 5 or level 7, and then you make 3 plus 5 or 1 plus 7, or they veil the tour guide, and then somehow you get Aolo and any Velo or Guaba and make Stardust Dragon, except I don't even know why you do that. You can just go into Laga or Dolka. So, Stardust Dragon is mainly for Starlight Road, but you can still synchro summon it somehow with Mind Control or Monster Reborn. Dolka, just Effect Negator, Lagia, Inherent, Normal Summon, or Special Summon Negator, or Spell and Trap Card Negator. Symphony de Jin, basically a floater, and it's a toolbox just in case you want to flip something down. Like, this thing runs over a Dark Round if I recall correctly. The Dark Round does like 0 or 100, 0 or 1,000 defense. I don't remember. Leviathan Dragon, 2,500 beat stick just for tour guide, and then Photon Palperative if you want to flip stuff, and then attack them for a lot of life point damage. Then you have Zen Mains, which is another floater or blocker. I'm not even sure if I'm using the terms correctly, but yeah, so you can summon that with tour guide also. Essentially, once you use both tour guides, you're not going to want to Pot of Avarice it, because if you're going to Pot of Avarice the tour guides, you're going to Pot of Avarice the Leviathan Dragon and the Zen Mains, which means you'll end up having a total of 5 monsters just right there for Pot of Avarice. So that concludes the deck profile for this deck. I don't usually do deck profiles a lot, but let me get some criticism on my deck profile stuff. And yeah, so just comment below anything that you'd like. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe.